So I've been asked a couple times about bliss and Kundalini experiences, and if they happen, how often they happen, how great they are. I call them energetic experiences, and of course, they happen, and I think that there's a belief as a seeker that once an awakening happens, that all of life will be blissful, that you sort of float around a foot off the ground with no concerns, no stress, no problems, no things that need to be paid for, no bills. Obviously, that's not true. The thing about energetic experiences is that they do happen, and yet they don't have any, there's no longing or wish or interest in making them happen more often, or finding ways, because you can't, finding ways to make them happen again. That's its own form of seeking. It's beautiful when it does. Absolutely beautiful. Because it is what is. It's the absolute expression of the absolute expressing itself, and the experiencing of that as it's happening. And it's absolutely, yes, it's absolutely beautiful. But to say that it's special gives it an unnecessary stickiness. And in fact, even attempting to explain what it is or what happens, it's not to say that it's a secret, but even explaining it strangely just doesn't feel or seem that interesting after the fact. It's just another story in the way that it works. And in fact, what I believe is more important, these words, they don't really do it justice, but let's just go ahead. What's more important here isn't a life of 100% ecstasy and bliss, and walking around in this orgasmic state. It's life as it's happening, in whatever that is. Points of stress, points of blissful experiences, the truth. And some people don't like using that word, the truth, like with a capital T, but experiencing what is, and whatever is presented, whatever comes up, is more interesting than the exploration or the longing for blissful or blissful experiences or Kundalini experiences. And frankly, I haven't read too much about Kundalini experiences, so I don't even know or really care what they are. But it just, as I understand it, it's an energetic experience, like what I'm stating. So, and when I talked to someone about this, and they were like, "Well, that happens. That's so cool," and even poked a little fun at the fact that in an explanation of it not all really being that interesting, was like, "Well, it's easy for you to say that because you have them, but they are beautiful, but they're just not they're not any more important or beautiful than just experiencing this. This is all there is. So experiencing this, there's nothing beyond this. So there isn't a, in fact, some speakers, I think Ramana Maharshi even defined bliss as experiencing the absolute. And I don't have the exact, if I can find the quote, I'll post it in the description, but it wasn't defined, as I remember reading it, as some extra or magical thing that was going on. It just was bliss equals that the absolute consciousness experiencing itself. That's as beautiful as it gets, and that's as beautiful as and wonderful as it needs to be. As I mentioned in other videos, if there are any questions, you can post them in the comments. You can contact me through the links. If you want to set up a non-duality talk, a one-on-one talk, then you can contact me via the website as well. If you want to send in a question, I'll either respond to you directly or I can respond in a video as well. But the Bliss one has been coming up a lot, so I wanted to address that. Thank you so much.